What's going on? How's everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chunky! I didn't say.
Eat your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
My name is Judge Whitman. I'm with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. There are a number of charges here that have not been resolved in our court. We have at least 3 failure to appears, 1, 2, 4, 6 petty larcenies, couple trespassing, possession of drug paraphernalia, 2 counts of drug paraphernalia. So what I've done is I've appointed counsel for you. His name is Shane Lilich, and he is present today to discuss these matters with you to figure out how we're going to proceed on these cases. All right?
But I mean, I didn't even hear what you were saying on the cases because it was blurry. I couldn't hardly hear what you were saying.
All right.
Because you said
you have some charges pending here in municipal court. Quite a few petty larcenies, failure to appear.
What kind of charge?
We're having a bad connection now. Can you tell the guy that gave you the headphones we have a bad connection?
Uh-huh.
Can you let him know we're having a bad connection?
We got a bad connection.
Yeah. We're kind of going in and out.
Let me go change something just a second. Continue.
All right.
Okay,
Sure.
just a second. All right, let's give this a try again. Sorry about that.
All right. That's all right. Mr. Gibson, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I'm Judge Whitman with Municipal Court. You have charges pending here that are not resolved. We have 3 failure to appears, 7 petty larcenies, 2 trespass, and 2 possession of drug paraphernalia. I have appointed counsel for you, Shane Lilich. He is here so you can discuss these matters so we can figure out how they're going to proceed through our court. If the gentleman that gave you the headphones, if you can tell him to put you in a breakout, you can speak with your lawyer privately about these charges.
A breakout.
Yeah, just tell him to put you in a breakout. There we go. Yes.
Oh, Your Honor, this is Cedric Gibson again. My public defender was telling me about a trial setting in a misdemeanor court, and I told him I would like to have a preliminary hearing before I go to trial to find the evidence against me on this trial setting, and it's against my rights to have that.
Right.
If I have a trial, I can have a preliminary hearing.
Right. Well, preliminary hearings are only for felony charges, and none of these are felony charges. They're
Exactly.
all misdemeanors.
Misdemeanor. So why is I'm going to a trial on misdemeanor charges?
Well,
You see,
you have a right to a trial if you wish on these charges. However, I suspect that your attorney has talked to the prosecutor about a possible plea. So you wouldn't have to go to trial if you didn't want to, but you have that right to go to trial.
I have a right. I know I have a right to go to trial, but I don't want to go to trial unless, okay, you saying these are misdemeanor cases, but I'm
Correct.
still going to trial. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
On misdemeanor cases. I thought it was supposed to be a felony charge to go to a trial setting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
For a felony charge, you would have a preliminary hearing. Absolutely.
Okay, why you don't have a...
However, we don't have preliminary hearings for trial for misdemeanors.
Okay, why should I go to a misdemeanor trial then?
Well,
If they don't have felony charge, why should I go to trial on traffic tickets?
right.
see what I'm
These
saying?
these aren't traffic matters. These are thefts.
These are misdemeanors. These are
Correct.
misdemeanor charges. It's not no felony charges.
Correct.
Correct. These are city tickets. These are not felony charges.
Right. So if you don't want a trial, then Mr. Lilich, I know, has spoke with the prosecutor about a possible plea to resolve these matters without a trial.
So why should I have to take a plea to something that don't have no evidence on me on?
Okay,
They just got tickets.
Well, that's the thing. If you don't believe there's evidence, the city believes there's evidence. So to resolve that, you have trial.
Okay, how do the city believe that?
Well,
They have evidence.
They receive reports, complaining parties, police officers wrote up reports and things, sent it to them to look at.
But that don't mean you believe that because you got the report.
That's why we have trials.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you got reports. You don't believe that unless because they wrote the what you call her, unless I take a plea to these charges. That's the only way you can find me guilty to them.
Right. I can find you guilty if the city presents enough evidence in a trial to find you guilty of those things.
So how can it be evidence? Where's the evidence at? That's what I'm saying.
Well, we would have a trial and you would come to court. We would have the witnesses would come in and testify. And then whoever the judge was, myself or the other judges here, would make a decision to say you're guilty or not guilty based on the information we were given.
Okay. Now, if I had took something from the store, where's the evidence to show you that I'm guilty to the charge, to the statement, to whatever
and
statement
that's
they
where
made?
the trial comes in. They would bring witnesses that might have seen you do something, the officer that found an item. I don't know any of the evidence on these cases right now.
But see, evidence cannot use no witnesses or hearsay evidence to find me guilty of the charges. You see what I'm saying? Hearsay evidence, they say, well, he did it, so you find me guilty of the charge. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Well, testimony from a witness that actually saw something. Say I'm standing on the street corner and I see a car go through a red light and hit a pedestrian. I can testify that I actually saw that. And that is evidence.
I could testify and say there was no evidence. It can equal the same way. So how can they?
So it sounds like you are not interested in a plea, but you would like a trial. Is that what you're telling me?
I'm not. I can't even get a trial. I don't even.
Yes, you can get a trial.
I mean, I don't even. I really don't even want a trial because if I get a trial, I can't have no preliminary hearing. But you saying you can have a preliminary hearing in a felony case, but you can't have no preliminary hearing in a trial setting. If you go on a trial, any trial, you should have a preliminary hearing.
No,
regardless.
only in misdemeanor cases can you, excuse me, only in a felony.
Okay, that's what I'm
These are
saying.
felonies, so you
Right,
don't get there is
exactly.
no right to a preliminary hearing. None.
There's no rights.
No right to a preliminary hearing.
So
But you have an absolute right to a trial.
So now I have a right to a trial, and they find me guilty in a trial. So I had to
They
take
may, I may not.
and I had to take a plea in a trial to get a conviction out of me. It's something they didn't even have on me. You see what I'm saying? They just wrote a ticket up on me, and you go buy these tickets and saying, "Well, we're gonna find you guilty of these tickets. We're gonna sell him. We're gonna give him such and such time for these
All
tickets."
right, Mr. Gibson,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to talk to Mr. Lilich for just a
Okay
minute.
then.
Here.
All
You're
right
allowed
then.
to listen. You're
All
allowed to
right.
listen.
All right.
Mr. Lilich,
Yes, Your Honor.
do you think that Mr. Gibson understands what he's being charged with?
I did not get the opportunity to review the charges with Mr. Gibson.
Okay.
I think that he would understand based on the dialogue I had with him if I was able to review the charges with him, but he and I were going in a circle about him having a preliminary hearing in a misdemeanor case.
Right. All right. Mr. Gibson,
Mm-hmm.
the United States Constitution states you can have a preliminary hearing only in felony charges. So forget about prelims. Forget about it. You have a right to a trial, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to set these for trial. That's going to be in 30 days. All right? And that will give you time to visit with your counsel so that you can discuss the evidence or no evidence that they have on these charges. All right?
So when this time can I get? I thought I was supposed to be released
Right.
because I
But
turned
I
myself
am only going to release you if you promise me that you will come to court.
I'm gonna come to court.
Mr. Lilich, I want you to give me a date that he can visit with you.
Yeah.
Bear with me a moment, Your Honor.
Sure. Yeah, I understand.
Judge, we could schedule Mr. Gibson for an appointment at our office on May the 10th at 3:30 p.m.
Did you hear that?
Yes,
Mr.
I heard
Gibson?
them. Yes, I
All
heard them,
right,
Miss Shani.
your bond, I'm going to release you on bond
Mm-hmm.
with the condition that you show up May 10th at 3:30 to City Hall, second floor,
Uh-huh.
to Mr. Lilich's office.
All right.
And that's room 212.
212. Okay,
It's
they're
on the
gonna
second floor.
Hey, Miss Judge.
Yes.
I would like to get a card showing me can I get a card when I get released from the
We
jail?
will send it over to the jail with his information and your date to appear in his office.
Okay then.
Okay. Now I'm going to tell you this. If you fail to appear May 10th at 3:30 to his office, a warrant's going to be issued and you're going to be sitting right back where you're at.
All right.
Do you understand me?
I understand you.
Okay. So you'll be released to appear May 10th at 3:30 with your attorney.
Okay then. I
Okay.
got you.
All right. And if you don't show up, a warrant's going to be issued and then we'll work from there.
Now, well, I don't want no warrant to be on me, you know. So I'm gonna talk to him.
You talk to him and then maybe we can get these all resolved.
Okay then.
All right.
All
Okay.
right then.
Any questions you got?
All right then.
Do you have any questions?
No, I don't have no questions.
All right. May
right.
10th,
May 10th
3:30.
at 3:30.
Right.
All right. Thank
Okay.
you.
That's a Friday.
Okay
Right.
then. All right
Okay.
then.
All right. We'll send that paperwork over and then be here May 10th.
I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, Judge. May
All
10th.
right. All right. I'm
All
gonna
right.
hold you to that.
Okay. You gonna see me watch.
All right. I'll look
All
for
right.
you.
Joshua.